What major movie trailers dropped at the Super Bowl?
And which artist is having a country renaissance? Making Can't Feel Like Hollywood. This is The Blurb.
Welcome back. I'm your box of chocolates, Nick Keller.
And I'm your bouquet of roses, Rocco Grassi.
Very exciting weekend.
Right?
Yeah. This weekend, the Super Bowl 52 was the main topic of conversation. R&B singer-songwriter Usher had a tremendous comeback as he performed the halftime show for the game. He announced new tour dates after the game as well. Usher performed hits like Caught Up, Lovin' This Club, You Got It Bad, OMG, Yeah, and more. He even brought out special guests including Alicia Keys, Her, Lil Jon, will.i.am, and Ludacris. Usher even included he and Keys' duet of My Boo, as Keys played on the grand piano. The performance met with mostly positive emotions, as it was a follow-up from last year's dazzling performance from Rihanna. Usher spoke about what it meant to him to be in the Super Bowl halftime show, which he labeled as, quote, one performance, 30 years in the making, end quote.
It was a phenomenal performance.
It really was.
And while we're on the topic of big Super Bowl music reveals, Beyoncé surprised fans Sunday night when she announced the release date of the highly anticipated Act 2 of her Renaissance project and dropped 2 new country songs. In the elaborate self-referencing Super Bowl Verizon ad, we see Beyoncé scrolling through songs on an iPhone, then at Lemonade Stand, referencing Lemonade, her 2016 album, followed with a series of plays on her name, from Barbet to Botus, saying she'll be the first female president, then the first woman to launch the first rocket for the first woman in space. Finally, she says, quote, okay, they're ready. Drop the new music. I told y'all the Renaissance is not over, end quote, she concludes, and the songs went up on streaming shortly after. The new project seems to be inspired by country music, and many fans believe it will be an ode to black roots within the genre. The full track list has yet to be released, but the 2 new songs, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, fit well within the theme.
Very exciting.
I love the album. It's great.
Going back to the Super Bowl again, the long-awaited trailer for Marvel Studios' upcoming film, Deadpool 3, has been released as a TV spot during the Super Bowl on Sunday night. The film will follow the return of Wade Wilson, played by Ryan Reynolds, as he fights his way through time and space so he can be a hero among heroes, where he hopefully can finally join the Avengers. The film will also debut the return of Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman. The trailer also revealed that the official title of the film will be Deadpool and Wolverine. 3 more major movie trailers were also revealed at the game. Twisters, the sequel to the 1996 film Twister. Wicked Part 1, which will star Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, which is the movie adaptation of the Broadway musical of the same name. And Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the sequel to its preceding franchise, Planet of the Apes. I know that personally I'm the most excited for Deadpool and Wicked.
I love Deadpool. It's one of my favorite movies, so it's just a great thing.
Yeah.
Well, Christian Bale has led a tour around the New Village in California, where he plans to build 12 foster homes as well as 2 studio flats to help children transition into independent living, and a 7,000 square foot community center. Work is underway on the project, which has an estimated cost of $22 million and completion date of 2025. Situated next to a park in Palmdale, a city 60 miles of North Los Angeles, the village will be the first of its kind in the state. Bale, who is the co-founder of Together California, the organization steering the development, called the village something absolutely new, totally transformative, and something completely needed.
Really cool.
Right?
Very, very,
I think it's a really
cool.
sweet thing.
Yeah, I know, for sure. Well, don't go anywhere, because on this lovely episode of The Blurb, we're setting sail on the ship train.
And just like that, we are back for another Behind the Blurb. Who do we have behind the Blurb? I've taken our one and only Nick Keller behind the scenes.
That's me.
That is you.
Thank you for having me here.
Let's get this going. So, this is your second semester on the Blurb. Your first semester as host on the Blurb.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, what is your most proud moment on the Blurb so far?
Ooh, I gotta say, I mean, right now it's that first show that we just finished where I was hosting for the first time. It felt really good afterwards when we were done, so, yeah.
Yeah, had a feeling you were going to say that,
Yeah.
but every Blurb episode is a proud moment. What
Very
can you
true.
say?
Very true. I apologize.
Oh, no need for apologies. So, if you were a member of the 1975, who would you be?
Oh God, I don't even know all the members. I'd be Maddie Healy, so I couldn't be an idiot. so I could prevent him from doing all these terrible, terrible things.
All right.
Because he kind of sucks, but I love their music.
Alrighty, sounds good. Why do you find Taika Waititi's face so funny?
I don't. First of all, I think he's a very funny man. You've seen Thor Ragnarok.
I have seen Thor Ragnarok.
I think that. I don't know that I find his face necessarily funny, but I think his face on a train with a certain sound effect is the funniest thing I've ever seen. So
what you're saying is you would be cool with the idea of Taika Waititi being casted for Thomas the Tank Engine in a Thomas and Friends live action?
I would probably be in the theater crying laughing. If you watch a Try Not to Laugh video, you know what I'm talking about. But
all right, so I'll be sure to talk to Hinner Entertainment then, whoever's behind that, or I mean.
Hey Paisanos, for this Valentine's Eve, we at the Blurb, we talking about everyone's favorite ships, but not the ones from One Piece. Well, they might be one from One Piece, because we're talking about romantic character pairings. From the straight, to the gay, to the super gay, nothing is off the table. Starting off, somebody put Percy and Annabeth on here?
that was me. I put that.
Both of y'all?
Technically both.
Well, so like, I asked, I'm like, is it on here? And he's like, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Percy and Annabeth, I just think are the cutest, just from... I mean, yeah.
The underwater kiss.
Yeah, the underwater kiss. I mean, that scene alone in the
Classic.
It was
Oh my
just
gosh.
everything, and it was like, I don't know. I just think they're really cute. And I like how they're kind of slow burn, like she kind
Yeah.
of hates him at first, and then...
Like
you
the
know,
first
warms
the
up
first
to him.
time that like they like said seaweed braid and like wise girl, I was hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my-
especially in the series, it was, yeah.
I feel like you lost where the ship was. That's just the plot.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like...
Well, yeah, they're so iconic that they become the plot.
Fair.
Yeah, valid. Because, I mean, it's more than just the two of them. Obviously, Percy Jackson's, like, you know, the chosen one. He has all this
Yeah.
stuff to worry about, so...
Yeah.
I prefer Percy and Nico.
Real.
Oh.
The age difference is so bad, dude.
And-
I don't remember anything about I haven't read them in years.
So, but like with Percy and Nico eventually gets over him and finds a different amazing ship, Will,
Yeah.
which they're
I
iconic too,
just got the Sun and Star book,
as you should.
which is about, you know, Will and Nico. So
As
I'm
you
excited
should.
to read that.
I'm happy to hear everybody feels satisfied now. That not a lot of people can say their favorite stories ended with the thing they wanted.
Yeah.
Most people can't.
You know what? Real, yeah.
Much like...
Speaking of, we
Much
got
like...
Keith and Lance
Yeah.
on the list. Who put this here?
That was me, too.
You sounded so
Doubling up
aggressive.
today.
Who put this here?
Yeah, I know. Middle school was a rough time.
Oh, you can say that again.
I watched Voltron a lot.
It sounds like a lot of times are rough for you.
Sounds
like times are currently rough.
I was a Clans person. I wouldn't go around.
I'm sorry for your loss.
And I'd watch new season. I'd be like, oh yeah, Clans is endgame. They weren't.
Real.
I can't say I was
They're real in our hearts.
deep in Voltron, but like even I knew.
They're real in our hearts.
I was there for the core, so Coruscant worked out for me, and I get to live. You have to die. I'm sorry for that.
Sammy, were you a
With the
Voltron
ship, not
kid?
like you're what you wanted.
Oh.
Not literally.
Yeah. Okay.
Sammy, it sounded like you might have been.
I watched like 10 episodes of Voltron. I just did not click with Voltron.
But cool
Yeah.
giant robots.
I'm with you.
You gave it a chance
it
at
was
least.
okay.
Someone
It had
else
its
here has to like
time.
cool giant robots,
That
right?
time is done.
Real.
Anybody don't like cool giant robots?
Cool Giant
I like
Robots.
Cool Giant Robots. I
Yeah.
like
Transformers.
On the opposite end of that, we have Deed and Casto. So I feel like it's from
Castiel.
Castiel.
Yeah.
For Supernatural, I feel bad. I don't watch Supernatural.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Was this your pick? Your pick?
No, but I also shipped it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to fight the writers. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's certain people in the cast who haven't finished Supernatural.
Real.
I just
The Superhell thing? Is that the thing?
Don't say
Super
it,
Health?
don't say it. Yeah, that one, but don't say it.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, but writer's bad. Why would you do that to us?
Well,
Why can't we just have a gay relationship?
Eric Kripke, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
I thought that was ending in a very different Eric, and I got very scared.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Eric, I'm coming for you.
It sounds like the ending. It sounds like the ending to this is banned, so let's keep it pushing. Eddie and Richie from It.
they're so cute.
This actually just clicked for me.
So, so they are so cute, but like
They're adorable.
they never get together, and
Feel
it
like
makes
you
me
ought-
sad.
Yeah.
Let's separate for a second.
Oh no, I've been given permission to spoil the
Sorry.
ending. The book's been out for 40 years, fellas. If you don't know the end, that's
We
on
don't
you.
get together, that's for sure.
No, Eddie dies in the final battle, and Richie doesn't want to leave his body down there, but they have to because it's collapsing.
It is so sad. Literally horrible.
Yo,
It's
it hurts.
yeah.
It
I
hurts.
should Pennywise and Joker.
Take that back right now. I'm begging you.
No.
I'm
What am I
bleeding.
supposed to do?
No.
Ship Joker and Harley? What do I look like? Some kind of heathen?
Anyway,
How
Wallace
about-
Wells and Scott Pilgrim.
Sammy.
Wallace Wells, Scott Pilgrim, greatest ship ever. They're already practically
You're cooking with
they're already practically married. Okay, Scott sleeps in Wallace's bed every night.
Cute.
Like they are great together. They have like that 50-year-old like married couple bickering with each other constantly energy, and like it's just like they belong
Wallace
together.
deserves better.
Wallace does deserve better.
That's why he got mobile.
Scott sucks.
But however, it is very cute, even though Wallace definitely does deserve a lot better than Scott Pilgrim.
I'm not sure who put this, but Tim Drake and
Non-specific. It was non-specific.
Well-
take your pick of the set. Superboy and Robin. Which ones do you want to pick?
I would pick Tim Drake along.
Tim Drake, absolutely.
Yeah,
And John Kent.
but at the same time,
It was
Tim
Connor.
Drake he.
Yeah, that's the one.
Tim,
Oh.
yeah, Tim Drake and Connor. Like, it's a little iffy because he did make a clone of him, and that's
Don't get more pining over someone than trying to bring him back from the dead with genetic splicing.
You were
Yeah.
so real for that.
you know
They
what?
made the wrong ones gay. I'll never get over that. They made the different set gay. It makes me so sad.
Peter, what about you? You got any ships you want to talk about?
I do love Loki as from the
Loki is a great one.
Oh, Loki and
Mobius.
Mobius.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're
Let's
just
call-
riding their speedboat together, like into the sunset.
jet ski.
I call it Zeus because it's
Jesse.
Lightning McQueen and a god.
Waterboat.
I feel like a genius
That's
for that one.
you know
Water
what?
transportation.
You're
Waterboat.
cooking.
Waterboat.
What's going on with Waterboat over here?
Water transportation.
I don't feel like they would like fit well on a jet ski, so that's why I said
They
speedboat.
fall over.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all we can say for this segment. But I do promise we all have more to say about this topic. But after the break, everyone's favorite cast, we're talking about whether Valentine's is even good. I think it is, but buying flowers are dumb.
A lot of holidays are dismissed as useless or fake, and the most controversial one is Valentine's Day. Some regard it as the most important holiday to show love to friends and family, and others spout that it's a glorified cash grab from Hallmark. Thoughts?
Okay, well, I think we definitely have a side to say. Me and I definitely
Yeah,
have some
pro
good
Valentine's
stuff
Day.
to say. So here's the thing. One thing about Valentine's Day is just that here's the thing. We like to eat candy and stuff.
Bunch
That's
of crap.
yeah, and like that's basically a lot of what Valentine's Day does come to is it's just another day for you to be able to eat candy. We all like candy, don't we,
Love excuses for candy.
Yeah, we love candy. We love candy, that's for sure.
And Valentine's Day can be not just love for like a partner, but also love for anybody else like in your life, that it's a time to appreciate the people that you love and those who love you. And I think there's always, any time is good time to be grateful.
Exactly. It doesn't always have to be about romanticism. It can just be about showing support for all those in your life. Anybody can be your Valentine. Down to the bow. Plus, like, it's just gotten, plus Valentine's Day is connected to one thing, love, which is a big part of being alive and is one of the biggest reasons to be alive, because who wouldn't want to celebrate the oxytocin, honestly? Releasing that makes life a little less miserable for everybody at the end of the day. We love Valentine's Day because like another excuse to eat candy is another excuse to give candy to the people that we care about and everything like that.
Now, why don't we hear the other side? He was a martyr for a reason, right?
Well, you see,
Valentine's Day is more catered to people in the relationships. I think that's something that can be like easily said. That like if you kind of like, I don't know. For me personally, it's it feels like it's catered to the people in the relationship, so the people who are alone like don't really, it makes them feel left out of an occasion like this. And I think more importantly, it sort of just creates sort of a wall between the people who are in relationships who actually have more opportunity to actually enjoy the holiday versus the people who are not in relationships who don't get to enjoy the holiday as much.
You're good to go with this one.
Also, I just want to make a point too. This is happening on a Wednesday, not on a weekend. So even if I did have someone, I wouldn't have many plans considering how much is available in my schedule. Also, I just can't. I can't partake in relaxing as well. I have to work at TV too, so there's that. And also, one of the bigger points here. Patrick had his entire day wasted on Valentine's Day. He had his entire day wasted in that one episode of SpongeBob. Absolutely wasted. Unacceptable, man. Unacceptable.
I like to argue that like Valentine's Day is what you make it, and exactly, and you can. I think love is so much more like It's so hard because I have love, and love is different. Love comes in very different forms, but I feel like it all blurs together too. And
yeah, but I'd argue like you don't really get to choose that a lot of the time. Like a lot of people are going to be without girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever.
And that's okay.
Partners.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not all about
it makes them feel a lot more lonely.
Aww.
Yeah, it's a lot of loneliness when it comes down to it. I mean,
only if you are lonely already.
But you got to remember that you're not alone, and even like there's got to be some like it's so hard because like
Jenny just gave me an L.
I think I'm supposed to be impartial.
Not helping her.
But I gotta say, even as like a famous hater, I hate on a lot of things. Voice my opinion if I don't like things a lot, but I do like Valentine's Day, and I think even if I'm not with someone, you can still appreciate and have love in your heart for your friends. Friends get friends Valentines all the time, but I do hear your side about the loneliness that it can feel more isolating, but you can definitely make Galentine's Day as a thing, and you can definitely have platonic plans and fun things to do on Valentine's Day, even if it is still like a Wednesday.
Give yourself an excuse to like take care of yourself. Go out and buy yourself something that you wanted, and just treat yourself.
I will agree.
Do
on
some
that.
self-love.
I will agree on that point. Love yourself. Love yourself.
Yeah.
Period. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all down to it. So, Sam, do you have a final verdict on what you choose?
Do you have a final thought?
I think that both groups make pretty good points. I think that the candy point is really, I think Halloween is the best candy holiday.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go out and get candy. Candy gets brought to you on Valentine's Day. So I think that's a very good point, that if you're lazy and you love candy, then Valentine's Day is great. But I also can definitely understand the isolating feeling that you can get if you are yearning. What if Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson bumped into each other and dropped their books? That would be a classic debater meet-cute. And after this break, we'll be discussing this and the uncountable amount of other tropes in rom-coms.
You know them, you love them. That's right. We're talking about romantic comedies, rom-coms for short, in order to fill that empty heart with fake romances to make you feel something this Valentine's Day. Rom-coms are widely known for constantly having the same tropes and cliches, and yet, Salisa's itching for more. I'm here with some of our cast to talk about these tropes and our personal favorite rom-coms that you should watch if you're lonely on Valentine's Day.
Or not lonely.
Yeah, I want to speak for yourself.
Okay. What do we think are like our least favorite tropes that we have seen in rom-coms? And
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think one of my favorite tropes is the fight and breakup that happens right around the beginning of Act 3. You know, like right before the resolution of the whole story.
Very true.
50-minute mark. Everybody
I just
becomes a
watched
jerk.
Anyone But You last night, and that literally happened, and I'm like, God, I love
It
cliche
happens
rom-coms.
in, I watched Plus One with Jack Quaid and Maya Erskine from
Interesting, I haven't heard that
10/15. That one's really good. It's on Netflix. They have a breakup that I emotionally had to like leave the room for because it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, they shouldn't be breaking up. They love each other. And I had to leave the room.
Right.
I'm a sucker for a good boombox outside the window, just like holding it up, blasting some 80s music. Tina, I'm so sorry for what I did.
What is what movie is that from?
Oh my gosh.
What is it
Oh,
called?
I had it
It's
on
John
the list
Cusack
too.
in I know it's John Cusack, but I can't remember the movie title.
It's a good one. That's a really great one though.
True. I don't know what movie it is. I think it's the Andrew Lincoln who plays Rick Grimes in Walking Dead. He has the signs outside, and he's
Yes,
like,
Love Actually, right?
is that Love Actually?
That's Love Actually.
Yeah, and he's like, I love you, whatever.
That
I
was
love
wonderful.
that. Eric, what about you?
My first thought was a Tom and Jerry skit where it's just him playing the
love.
bass outside with the "is you is" or "is you ain't my babe." Like, if we really want to go back, that's my immediate thought with that.
Valid.
I also think, similar to yours, I am not a fan of the talking in the rain, like the crying or like the getting back together and
Like
it
The
starts
Notebook?
raining.
I love
yeah,
it.
or,
Get inside,
or like
please.
the proposal in The Office.
Oh.
where it's like on the rain at the gas station.
That's
It's
the one
like
with Ryan Reynolds, right? The proposal?
no, I'm
that's-
talking about The Office, the TV show. The proposal.
oh.
Of Jim.
Sorry.
Can we
But-
spoil The Office? Is that
They,
allowed?
they like talk in the rain, and I think it's overrated, and I think it's overplayed.
Okay.
I like that though because like it's like the same way like when they take off the microphone, it puts that humanity on it, and it's like, oh, this is like a real interaction happening.
Well,
It
it's
feels-
also like Jim and Pam were built up over years. So
You're
it
gonna
was
get
like-
sick in the cold and rain.
Yeah, but I
Worth
mean,
it for
they were
love.
under like a awning. It was at a gas station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
No, you're fine.
But
You're
other
fine.
movies.
Oh, I also like, this is one more thing that I just thought of. I like when one person embarrasses themselves, so then the other person has to embarrass themselves.
Yeah.
This happens in Red, White, and Royal Blue when they both bump into the cake.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one. I didn't even think about Red, White, and Royal Blue.
See,
Yeah.
something like that usually happens at like the wedding scene in the movie. So-
Yeah.
I have another least favorite pull. When they're childhood friends, but they made them too close, so it becomes kind of weird. And then once they actually get together, their dynamic completely changes from something it just not
That's
used
how
to
I
be.
felt
Shout out
the
the kissing
entire
booth.
run of The Flash.
That's what I was exactly thinking of. Cause it's
But
like,
that's not a rom-com.
I don't.
But,
I mean, it'd be kind of.
but that's how I felt the entire
that
run of
entire
The Flash.
subplot is just superheroes are just like
Yeah.
slice of life.
What did you
Jason?
say about?
Oh man, I just blanked on it. I don't know what I said.
Okay,
We're
that's
gone.
fine. That's fine. What are our personal favorite rom-coms? Mine is 10 Things I Hate About You with Heath Ledger. It'll never get old with him singing "I love you, baby" like at the top of the bleachers. It'll never get old. I love that movie.
It's funny that you referenced that and Anyone But You, because those are both plays on Shakespeare.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that that's really interesting because a lot of like the most popular rom-coms are just Shakespeare plays redone.
Very true.
And I also think that
What was 10 Things I Hate About You based on?
Taming of the Shrew.
Okay.
And
And
I
then-
think that is just a great comedy movie in general.
Is Romeo and Juliet a rom-com?
No, I think it's just a romance movie that happens to have comedy.
Technically, it's a kids' movie, but there's a lot of jokes.
It's actually a
in it.
feture film. I mean,
Yeah.
it
Should've got
actually
Best Picture.
exceeds what
I feel like we went from genre to just factual things.
No, you're like, yeah, that's all facts.
Rocco, what's your favorite rom-com?
I love Love Actually, but
one.
recently, Anyone But You really is. It's a very refreshing take because, if I can rant about the pendulum of rom-com like tropes, there was a big surge in like the 80s and 90s where it's like we're talking about all these rom-com tropes, and it's like they're really corny and cheesy. We got the boom box, and we got like the embarrassing moments,
Right.
and then all of a sudden in the 2000s we're like, hey, let's start like making fun of the fact that these are cheesy rom-com tropes, and we go back to this side of the pendulum. And now with Anything But You, I think is a really great example. We're kind of running back to this side of the pendulum where it's like we can have these cheesy tropes, have them be, and it's just fun, just a good time.
Yeah,
Fake
absolutely.
Date is a classic.
It's a good one.
I love a good fake date.
Which one is that one? Oh, you just mean like
Just the genre of like they start dating
Like Anyone
as a
But You,
fake.
where it's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Also, When Harry Met Sally is the best rom-com of all time.
Isn't it so
And I
good?
feel
It's a
very
really
confident
good
saying
one.
that. There are so many lines, and it's just like, I've never seen a man yearn like that. Like, just the silent shots where they're talking, and then it'll just cut to Harry, and he'll just be standing there like, just like hating his life because he can't admit the love to her.
Yeah.
Like when they're talking about plants or whatever, and he starts singing Oklahoma, and then later it just cuts and he's just like,
Yeah.
and he's like, I know that he yearns like a lesbian.
Right. Right.
That man can yearn.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
a
if there's
lesbian.
anything that he knows, it's to yearn.
Eric, what's your favorite rom-com, dude?
I don't think I'm beating that description, but
Well, it's going to be hard to.
This is old anime, Baka and Test. It's really goofy.
In anime, interesting.
It's a bunch of high schoolers doing goofy stuff. I find it incredibly enjoyable, but it lets me pretend that a different anime kept going because it has the exact same cast. So I just pretend the main character went undercover and is now living a normal high school life.
What do you guys think we like rom-coms so much, even with all their like cliche-ness? And
Can I open on this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even like rom-coms like that, if I'm being
Why
honest.
are you here?
Because for diversity.
He is the rom-com ops.
I cannot believe you just said that. Okay.
They're cool when they're good, but like, yeah.
Do we think that using cliches in rom-coms are like good, bad?
I love it.
I do too.
I love a good cheesy like
Because I
trope.
think it's like the cheesiness makes it so enjoyable.
There's so many serious movies out there. Let's just have fun. Let's be stupid, you know?
True.
And I think the rom-com has a really good mix because there are so many movies that have romance that don't really work out, like Close Encounters with the Third Kind. That has just a really weird romance that's put in it, and it feels really forced. But with a rom-com, you can explore comedy and romance so well.
And everything's cliche, you know. If it's a cliche, because it's good.
Exactly.
Yeah, you bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's just a nice little escapism. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of people falling in love, stay tuned to watch our very own Joe go on a blind speed date with 3 of our mystery cast members.
Ooh.
How's it going out there, all you lonely, desperate singles? Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and here at The Blurb, we want nothing more than one thing, to find our one true love. This is The Blurb, Perfect Match. My name is Jen, and I will be your host for this evening. Let's take a moment to introduce our contestant. Joe, can you explain a little bit about yourself? Anything at all would be great.
Hi, my name is Joe. I've been doing TV2 for about 3 years. It's been fun. I'm very boring.
Alright, well, don't you worry. We're going to find you your love tonight, okay? Are you ready for that?
No.
Are you so excited?
No.
I really think you should be.
I think I should be.
I think you're not giving it enough hope.
I don't think I would need to give it enough hope.
All right, well, we're going to start out. We have 5 questions for you guys tonight. We are going to start. We have 4 contestants for you to pick from. We are going to ask each of them 5 questions, and they are going to give you an answer, and then you can deliberate after they give their answers. Sound good?
Okay.
Cool. All right, question number 1 is, what is your ideal first date? So contestant number 1, can you tell me what your first date would be like?
Take them to an arcade. My ideal first date would be to take them to an arcade so I can establish that I'm better at everything.
I totally understood that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They want to take you to an arcade so they can tell you that they're better at everything than you.
Great.
Contestant number 2, what's your ideal first date look like?
My ideal first date would be riding roller coasters at a fair until we both throw up. And we both have to throw up at the same time, otherwise it doesn't count.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, roller coasters, I rarely go on roller coasters, that's the thing.
Are you scared of throwing up? Do you have that phobia of the fear of throwing up?
Not since recently.
How do you feel about throwing up in front of somebody else though? Is that a problem?
As long as somebody's willing to hold my hair back.
Hold your hair back? Absolutely.
Yeah,
no, I totally respect that. Respect that answer. Contestant number 3, what's your ideal first date?
My ideal first date would be a long romantic walk on the beach, and then we see how fast we can get out of the tar pits.
I mean, I do like walking.
Yeah.
Walking is one of my favorite activities, especially something to sort of cool down with. Or just
What about tar pits though? I mean, they want you to get out of the tar pits with them, and that's going to be a little difficult.
Yeah, that might be a little difficult. I like the walk though. But I mean, we can make a compromise, I guess.
Okay. Contestant number 4, what's your ideal first date?
My ideal first date would be organizing my Barbie collection and levels of adorable to disgusting, terrible, ugly pieces of poop.
Did you catch all that?
I did not catch all that.
They want you to help organize their Barbie collection, from the adorable ones to the disgusting, awful, decrepit-looking ones. So stereotypical to weird Barbie.
Yeah, but I feel like the term weird is very unique and stuff, because I don't think there's any such thing as a weird person. I mean, I think weird is cool, you know? So, I mean, to say that there's like such thing as like good looking and then weird, I mean, I think that anybody can look good, you know?
Based on these first answers, though, who were you kind of leaning towards?
1 and 3, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, they seem pretty cool, so.
All right, well, we'll see if your opinions here change in a second. So the next question, contestant number 1, what are you looking for in a romantic interest / kind of life partner?
I'm looking for someone who knows how to get my rock off.
What was that?
Can you repeat yourself,
that,
please, real quick?
I'm looking for someone who knows how to get my rock off.
They want to be able to get, for lack of better terming, the rock off. I think we're just going to gloss over that. Contestant number 2, what's your ideal romantic interest partner?
I'm looking for someone who just isn't an a-hole, you know? I mean, so I guess he'll do. He seems nice enough.
Kind of the reverb question 1, or the first contestant. I feel like if the relationship is based off of that entirely, then that's not going to last very long. I feel like romanticism is more or less based off of how much 2 people can trust each other. I mean, that's sort of just a thing that happens in a relationship, but it shouldn't be the primary focus. If that's what you're looking for, then I don't know how that's going to work out.
Okay, what about contestant number 2, though? You jumped right back to 1.
Yeah, sorry. But for contestant 2, I definitely agree with that. Someone who isn't a total butt, you know, I feel like, you know, in terms of just like romanticism as well, it should be about somebody who, one, you know, you work well together. It's a compatibility thing. And I feel like having that compatibility is something that's like a bonus. Like being more compatible with somebody is more of a bonus. So I definitely agree with that. Like not wanting to be an a-hole, that's definitely something to look forward to in a romantic like.
They said that you seem nice enough. How do you feel about that kind of answer?
I don't really like to toot my own horn as much about like stuff like this, because I feel like, you know, if you don't know me as well, then chances are like this is sort of like a base off of like, you know, face value sort of thing. I feel like I mean, I'm glad that this person views me as this way, but I think that, you know, there's like maybe certain parts of me that like, one, maybe there haven't been like total focuses on, so maybe there's an effect on that. But I mean, getting to know me more, I really like to look for the best in people. So I mean, maybe I agree with that statement, but that's up for the person to agree with, or if it's up to them to decide how they feel. So.
All right, contestant number 3, what are you thinking?
100% loyalty, akin to that of like a cult leader and follower, and a sense of humor.
Okay, I will say not like a cult, because I think one of the big things about any relationship is having that equal balance between your own personal life and then a relationship. So I mean, 100% loyalty, yes. But, you know, I like to focus on my own goals as much as I would love to support the other person's and their goals as well. So as long as we're supporting each other and, you know, looking out for each other, then yes, I would agree that's something I like. But, you know, I don't want to be like devoting every minute of my life to somebody.
Okay, contestant number 4, how you feeling?
How well they can organize my Barbie collection.
All right, I'm going to say don't even comment on that. Just
No
kind of let it sit. Yeah, no comment.
No comment.
Moving on to question 3 for all of you. What is your biggest character flaw? Let's start with you, contestant 1.
My biggest character flaw is that I will explain to them why their opinion on something is absolutely wrong.
Did you get that?
I did not catch that.
They want to explain to you why they're your opinion is absolutely wrong all the time.
Well, I mean, nobody's right about certain parts of the situation. Everyone has their own opinions about things, so I don't really see that as a character flaw. I mean, you know, if whatever you believe in is whatever you believe in, then, you know, good for you.
Solid answer. I respect that. Contestant number 2, what are you thinking?
None. Absolutely nothing. I have no flaws. I am a goddess.
Okay, well, I have a full disagreement with that because everybody has their own flaws. So saying that I don't have a flaw is, at face value, it's not a good look. I mean, everybody should have flaws. They should have stuff that, one, they need to work on, because otherwise, if you don't have flaws, then what exactly are you working on? What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? So, necessarily, I don't agree with that.
All right, cool. Quick answers. Contestant number 3, what are you thinking?
I'm just not big on science. Like, no way germs are real, right? I've never seen one.
I mean, okay, maybe that's a bit of a problem.
Valid point, valid point. Contestant number 4.
I need to eat Barbie dolls.
Contestant 4 turned into Chewbacca for a second there.
All right, we're going to skip to our last question here real quick. What is your favorite thing about Joe? Contestant number 1.
His golden locks. I mean, just look at that hair.
Okay.
Golden locks? I mean, I wouldn't really say they're golden. They're kind of more a little bit just all over the place, respectfully, in the nicest way I can put it. It's not...
No, you're completely right.
You're not giving Rapunzel. You're giving just kind of like the knockoff, broke sister version of Rapunzel.
I'm the dollar store value.
Okay. Yeah. All right, contestant number 2, what are you thinking?
He seems like a really funny person, and he seems really fun to be around. Also, I mean, look at how pretty his eyes are, right?
That's a little concerning since they can't see your eyes, but I respect it.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
I like the funny part, but.
Okay. Contestant number 3.
Honestly, his aloofness.
Yeah, I tend to be pretty aloof.
I don't really know what that word means.
Aloof.
Yeah,
it's like you're all over the place, or kind of you're more of a very silly.
Okay. No, I can back that up. I know you pretty well, so I think that tracks a little bit.
Jen does know me pretty well.
Contestant number 4.
If you squint, like, just enough, they kind of look like a Barbie.
See, now that's concerning.
That's a bit concerning.
I'm the one that has it on, so I don't know if they're actually more concerned about me or about you. I'm a little actually kind of taken back right now.
I'm more interested in Ferris Bueller.
Okay, no. Okay, fair enough.
Well, deliberation-wise, I mean.
Yeah. Out of the answers you've heard today, who are you kind of leaning towards? Who do you think is going to be a good match for you, a good fit?
Well, when I look for people in a relationship, I would look to more.
Oh. Okay.
I think.
Who's your lover, Joe? Who?
Well, clearly myself. You have to love yourself. That it's more about. I think it's more of an internal thing. Like it's not about like what's on the outside. It's more like what's on the inside for a person, not their guts. But it's more about wanting somebody who appreciates what's like your goals, your motivations, and stuff like that. And it's more about appreciating what you have to offer, not in terms of just in terms of the physicality. It's like what you can provide in terms of talent, in terms of your own skills.
Yeah.
So a lot of these questions, when I look for stuff like this, I look for stuff that is more focused on on supporting each other in a sense that we're trying to achieve our own goals. That's something I love to focus on.
So out of these people, who do you think's ideals kind of match up with you a little bit the best?
Well, 4 is a little interesting to me because it's Barbie.
I'm telling you, I think they're kind of more interested in me than you.
Yeah, they might be a little more interested.
They might be seeing the wrong person on the screen. It's okay.
I think
4.
It's
okay. We're just going to bypass that. But out of the other 3, who do you kind of gravitate towards a little bit?
So probably 3 is definitely interesting to me.
3?
Yeah, because there's that focus. I mean, there's stuff that we could work on, but it is what it is.
So the tar pits isn't like a deal breaker for you?
It doesn't say that the tar pits are not a total deal breaker for me. It's not a deal breaker because relationships are based on compromise. But I think it's either 1 or 3, and I think I'm gonna go 3.
You think you're gonna go 3?
I'm gonna go 3.
I will tell you real quick before anything happens that they did tell me in secret that their biggest ick for someone, if they're a sailor and they yearn for the ocean, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You don't have anything like that, do you?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
So you're going with contestant number 3?
I go 3.
Okay. Can contestant number 3 come out, please?
Yay!
You have matched with Sam. You guys are getting an all paid expenses first date, obviously on no one because no one here is funding this. So, how do you feel?
I'm feeling pretty good. I think more people should look into the La Brea tar pits.
All right. Well, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much for watching this absolute roller coaster of emotions episode of The Blurb. Tune in every week, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on KentWire.com to get more celebrity. Remember to follow us on Instagram at TV2 The Blurb, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Blurb TV2.